So this particular type of washing is a single wash. If we were to do what's called a triple wash, first thing you would do is you would spray down the greens with the sprayer, and then you'd have two separate sink basins. The first one would be to soak the greens, and the second one would be for rinsing the greens. So this is being a single wash. We just have one basin that's filled pretty deeply. And so the way you do it is you want to have a section of the water that is clear without any microgreens in it. You want to reach in underneath, grab those greens from below, pull through that middle section of water and up. What that does is it sweeps through the water, gets all the seed holes that are lighter to fall off in the water or stay at the surface as you're pulling. And there you go. So then you'll repeat that. Grab from below, swoop through, and as you can tell, if you look closely, you're not going to see much debris because that's all sunk to the bottom, and all the seed holes should be left on the surface of the water. And so as you wash these, more and more seed holes will be present on the surface because they're being pulled away from any microgreens that are in here. And so if you keep moving these greens to the side, they'll get pretty heavy in the corners. But this technique, as you move the greens through that middle section of water, should get rid of all those seed holes. It's helpful to look at them as you pull them through, just to make sure that there's no debris or roots or dirt or anything that's coming with it. And then you should inspect as well while you're doing the packaging of them, just for one final check. These all look pretty good though. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but there are a lot of seed holes that collect along the edge of the sink basin, and then all on the top here. You can see them floating to the top. But as soon as you pull that water, or pull those microgreens through the water, those fall right off. And so what we're doing here is we have a dryer bag, or a mesh bag, in a 5-gallon bucket. And we've bleached all this equipment beforehand just to prevent any sort of disease or anything to get passed on. But we have a salad spinner. You can use either a hand cranked one or an automated one. But the way we do it is we put it in this bag here, cinch it up, throw it into the barrel of our spinner, and let it spin for 30 seconds to a minute until no more water comes off. And it's a pretty quick, easy way of doing it, and we've had pretty good results. It is possible, if you look at this and you see that there are a few seed holes resting, you can find a clear spot of water and do another sweep. And that'll usually take care of them, just like the first sweep should have. And then once you get towards the end of your microgreens, and this is kind of personal preference, how many you pull from it, you may want to leave a few microgreens, just sacrifice a few at the ends, because if you can't get any more microgreens out without pulling a bunch of seed holes or torn pieces of leaves with it, then it might just be worth it to leave that last bit in there. And so, like I said, that's personal preference, how much you're willing to risk getting some torn leaves or debris or anything in there. But this is looking pretty good. So at that point, I might leave this much, because most of that is either seed holes. I don't know if you can see very easily, but that's all the seed holes from the microgreens, and then a lot of this is torn leaves and whatnot. But it's a pretty simple, pretty effective way of washing greens, and we've had very positive results. Yeah, enjoy.